Oh shit!
He died.
That boy keep coming in and coming out. God.
Have you ever used StreamYard?
Stream? No, I have not. Is it good? All right, here we go. This says we're live.
Try to use it is good, man. Yeah.
It says we're live. Oh snap! Okay, yeah, we live. Ooh. What's going on, folks? Welcome to the Run and Gun Podcast. This week we got Stank with us. So what's going on, Stank?
What's up, guys?
It's going good. It's going good. We missed you. It's glad to have you back, and we can finally see you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad to be less than 24 hours.
Dude, this delay is crazy right now. Oh my gosh, but it's okay. We're gonna work through that. We're gonna be all right. I see you got your NFC South rival over there in the top corner across from you.
I think
yeah, that's what I hear.
Bucs and the Panthers have
a Saints fan that have the guts.
Have more of a rivalry.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
I ain't afraid to Stank. I don't care.
That's what I keep hearing from Saints fans. That the Bucs should be. I mean, listen, if somebody broke into my house and you know touched all my things and try to take advantage of the world, I don't think I'd ever forget that. But most fans keep saying, "Oh, we don't really care. The Falcons are still our rivals." We did y'all dirty in your own house.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP. This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Denny Hendricks.
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
What can we get? Oh, okay, he's back. Okay, y'all are coming through clear this time. Okay, yeah, that was my bad. Stank. Yeah, that was the intro and everything. That's my fault. But by all means, we gonna get through this. So let's go ahead and jump into the HBCU part of the show. I'm gonna start off with Stank. Stank, I know you saw, or did you see the Orange Blossom Classic this weekend? Okay, wait, I can't hear him on his audio. Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. Wait, go ahead, say that again, Stank, my bad.
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I said, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see that game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think that game drew more than the Purdue game this past weekend, of course. But I mean, I've been saying it for the longest to people and stuff. You know, HBCU football is a better product most of the time, 95% of the time, than whatever the Big Ten has on TV. But you know, but it was pretty good. All I'm gonna say is that FAMU they hung tough with a team that was full of SEC transfers. For a team that hadn't played in 600 days, so it was pretty good to see that. I'm intrigued to see what happens next week against Fort Valley and everything. I know you said that you had a history where you remember the Florida Classic when it was in Tampa.
I did, yeah. I used to attend back in the day, man. I mean, it was an event. I used to work at the mall, Tampa Bay Mall, and you know, it was one of the more. It was a lot of fun, but it's been years since I've attended. You know, obviously it's no longer held here. So,
right.
Yeah, I saw Dion running his mouth. I saw everything that led up to it and what happened afterwards. But I missed the particular game.
Yeah, he honestly, I mean, if all I'm gonna say is this: if FAMU had changed quarterbacks coming out of the half, they probably likely would have beat Jackson State because they were moving the ball once they did change quarterbacks. It's just, you know, they ran out of time. But, I mean, when they were giving out the trophy, Dion clearly stated, you know, like, we expect to be up here and all this stuff and whatnot. But I will give it to them, though. They got a heck of a defensive line. And, well, a whole front seven. Like, that front seven, I mean, I think you know because you're a Gators fan. James Houston the fourth. He's one of those inside linebackers for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty good. But I will say no. We got to figure out a way to get you.
Yeah,
we got to figure out a way to get you to a Florida Classic. We got to figure out a way. I know it's in Orlando now, but we got to figure out a way to get you.
I love football, man. Listen, I'm a football fan. You know, I coach high school. I coach Pop Warner. You don't have to ever twist my arm to get me to go watch any football. I could be arena. It could be. It doesn't really matter, man. Just you let me know, and I'd be happy to ride. Plus, the environment is incredible. You know, and it's good football, man. So I would love to go.
I hear you. Honestly, really, y'all three should go to that FAMU USF game, to be honest with you, in a few weeks. Because I think tickets are already on sale for that. It's a possibility FAMU might beat USF because USF's such a train wreck.
Yep.
What's up with that, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy how they just can't seem to get their shit together.
That is true because honestly, like, and not too many people know this. I believe there was a kid in, I believe, Willie Simmons' 2020 recruiting class or 2021 recruiting class in St. Pete in USF's backyard, and FAMU went in there and took this kid. He was a 3-star tight end, I believe. And it's just like USF's a complete mess. Like, they're losing out on recruits everywhere. And that's primarily why, you know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? Possibility. I know Flash wants to say something because I know he's also going to talk about how Florida's going to get murdered. Not Florida. How USF's going to get murdered next week.
I already said they're going to lose like 73-0. That's my prediction for that game.
I would agree.
Good Lord.
They're going to lose
73-0.
Flash, is your audio working? Because I can hear you from the other room, but I can't hear you on this.
Working.
I don't think Flash's audio is working.
I don't know. It's like he's frozen right there or something.
I don't hear him at all.
Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't moved.
Yeah, he's frozen on my
Yeah,
screen.
because I can hear him. I can hear him in the other room, but I can't hear him here.
Maybe he needs to just turn his mic on.
Yeah, I think his thing crashed.
Probably. But
Oh, that too. That's.
Anyway, you know,
Keep it moving then.
yeah, we'll keep it moving. We'll go to the. Yeah, he left and came back. He'll come back. Let's keep it moving then to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Classic. I think you know about Eddie George. Did you know about that too, right? With him at Tennessee State.
I mean, no, I don't. I don't follow college football that closely anymore. But you know, of course, I know who Eddie George is.
Right.
I'm old, and I remember seeing him, you know, just that upright, running style and shit at Tennessee. So yeah, of course I
Right. Yeah, he honestly his first game didn't go as planned. Honestly, they lost by 6 to Grambling. I forget what the name of that field is in Canton, Ohio, but it was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Honestly, I was thinking they were probably going to win that game because Grambling was on.
Tom Benson.
Yeah, Tom Benson Stadium.
Yeah.
I was expecting. Yeah, we can hear you. You good?
Yeah. Well.
You're good.
Okay, perfect. I'll be right now as we speak.
But yeah, honestly, actually, this is a question I have for you, Stank. While we're on the topic of Tennessee State and Eddie George, like I don't know why, but it's like I can rarely ever find footage of the Bucs ever beating the Titans back in the day. Like, what was that about? Like,
those were not good years. Those were not good years for those are the blooper reel days, man, where they were all the so that don't surprise me at all. And I think Eddie predates the Titans too. I think he played for the Oilers before they switched over to the Titans.
Him and Steve McNair. They both did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, my gosh, like, because I'm looking at it, it's like when the Bucs switched over to the pewter and stuff, and the Titans were still wearing the Oilers uniforms and everything, and I'm just like, you guys can stop Donovan McNabb, you guys can stop Michael Vick, but you can't stop Steve McNair and Eddie George. I don't get it.
Steve McNair and Eddie George, the Bucs until the Dungy era rolled through, and they did make the switch over to the pewter. They did. Like I said, the highlight reels were all one-sided, and it wasn't the Bucs making highlights.
Right.
In the coaching. But yeah, I guess he's the current head coach at Tennessee State.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting this weekend. Dion going against.
That's good, man. And I love when former.
Golly, this delay.
Cut out, man. I didn't hear. Yeah, the audio keeps chopping in and out.
Golly. But it's all good. We are on to the NFL now. Thursday night opener. I know you're excited for it. Bucs and the Cowboys. So what can we look forward to?
I'm not going to sleep tonight. Tailgate's going to start real early for me tomorrow. Season's back. I've had a long off season of talking shit to everybody I could get, in the same room. Letting all those years of frustration out on everybody. Shitting on Saints fans was just like pretty much my favorite thing to do. Easy to do since they haven't won since Tupac was still alive. I want to say was the last. I think Tupac just died the year they won their last Super Bowl, which was '96. When that occurred, so
I think we all can agree that we all like making fun of Cowboys fans. I think everyone.
No, it was a Cowboys fan though. Everybody.
Cowgirls fans, whatever you want.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think Stephen A. definitely has popularized making fun of Cowboys fans.
But you know what other game I'm looking forward to?
Yeah. Skip and
Go ahead, Snake. My bad.
What's that?
Oh no, I was gonna say
no. You were about to say you're looking.
I'm looking forward to that Bucs Saints. Those two Bucs Saints games. I'm looking forward to those.
Halloween.
Yep.
It's Halloween in December. There's one in December.
Yeah, Halloween. I will be in New Orleans.
One in Tampa.
Here we go. The investigation has begun.
Yeah, I will be. I be in New Orleans on Halloween for that particular matchup. If Jameis is still the going to be fun.
I was it because our boy Ace, he's got some stats for you.
Either way, it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, Ace had some stats for you.
Give me those statistics.
Well, yeah.
I got some stats too. Hold on.
Well, no, I was gonna say because I saw it was.
Oh, he pulled out the paper. He pulled out the paper.
Oh, he's got papers. Oh my god. Nah, so Stephen A. was saying how Jameis was throwing 20 interceptions multiple seasons in his careers. 2015, he threw only 15 interceptions. 2016, he had 18, 17, 11. He had 3,500 yards, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That was the year they went 9-7, I believe, right? Stank was 2017. That was one 9-7 with Jameis. So, yeah. 2018, he went 19 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and then the first year with what's his face, Bruce Arians, he had the 30 for 30, which everybody knows. So I mean, Jameis Winston's career, the first season he has with the new coach, there's a little uptick in his interceptions. When he went from Lovie Smith to Dirk Cutter, they had the increase in interceptions, and he went from Dirk Cutter to Bruce Arians. He had that massive increase, which I would attribute to bad offensive line, no running back play really, in a sense, and the Bruce Arians like to throw deep vertical. But the Bucs this last season, they added Tristan Wirfs, which was a really good right tackle, and Brady's right side was pretty solid, if I want to say. And then that left side, Donovan Smith had his ups and downs all season, I thought. But then with Jameis Winston, the offensive line, he was getting like limited time and pressure, and he was getting sacked more because of fumbles. When you look at Peyton Barber was his number one running back. So you see what I mean? Like, I think Jameis with him having Alvin Kamara in the backfield and 2 All-Pro offensive tacklers round pick, but he had a rough season last year, but I'm hearing good stuff out of him in training camp. And he played well, I think, against Baltimore. If they play well, I think Jameis, he's going to have more time to throw, albeit the weapons are severely lacking, in my opinion. I am high on Marquez Callaway, but everybody else in that receiver room, I really think they need to step up. Like, if Deontay Harris didn't get hurt in that
you can say, returns, you can say it. You can say Stephen Core in the NFL.
Yeah, they have the worst receiving core.
You can admit it. You can just say. You can just say
that I know their receiving core is
bad.
It's
not even close.
For the first 6 weeks of the season, the Saints receiving core is probably the worst. It is the worst.
You're right.
Core in the
you're
NFL.
right. The offensive line is an upgrade. Yeah. Yeah, but what you're saying is
Michael
not
Thompson
incorrect. I think Sean Payton's offense will.
Hey, let Flash, let Stank
What's
talk.
that?
I can't hear when you're talking over him. What are you saying, Stank?
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Sean Payton, I heard you say, but.
Choppy, you're coming in and
Stank.
out, but I did hear what you were saying in regards to. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Loud and clear.
Can anybody hear me? Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're good.
No, what I was saying is that you're not wrong in saying that interception numbers will probably go down in New Orleans. They should go down in New Orleans. He's got more support in the run game. And I think the defense when he was in Tampa wasn't anything to shake a stick at. But where they lack is clearly in the receiving core. That they've taken a step back, pretty much all across the board.
We can agree on that.
But I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're a better team this year than they were last year. And I think the NFC South has just gotten stronger.
But the Saints, they have a lot of question marks.
Division for a while now, and
the South, the Falcons. Think you heard what I said with the Falcons? They're gonna probably be at the bottom. I think Jameis is gonna be better than Sam Darnold, even though Carolina has better weapons. I think he's the coaching and that team, the defense for the Saints is still better than Carolina. Bucs are gonna probably end up winning that division. Most 90% chance of them winning the division unless they have an injury. But what the Saints is you have a lot of question marks with who's going to step up in the receiving court. At least keep it afloat until you have Michael Thomas come back, because you just added Ronald Darby, who's with more. And if he can at least play somewhat of what Janoris Jenkins did, they still match up well on defense with the Bucs offense. Because in the playoffs, their leading receiver was Cameron Brate, who had 50 yards and only 4 catches. Godwin had 4 catches for 40 yards. Evans had 1 catch. Gronkowski had 1 catch. Antonio Brown had 1 catch. The Saints defense did their job against the Bucs. It was just a tight end who wears number 87 and Drew Brees having a lack of weapons to throw to. The forced turnovers essentially for the Bucs that allowed them in great field position to take advantage of the other team's mistakes. That's what I gotta say for that.
I know you love Jared Cook. I know you.
Yeah,
love him.
I mean it's a.
I don't say his name.
It's a fair assessment, but you have to understand too. This offense, the Bucs offense, was just finding their groove going into the playoffs. They didn't find their identity, until later in the season. I think they've got some continuity now.
I think
they've
that
had
Detroit
the
game,
entire offseason to
clicking.
figure out what works and what doesn't. Yeah. I think that's when they just threw the whole playbook out and decided to go fast break, full balls to the wall type offense.
Yeah.
What's that? Say the
I think we had a good conversation. What you think?
A lot more.
I agree. I definitely agree.
No, I just said I think we had a good conversation.
But that's going to take us over to.
I actually do want to point out. I think that. I think that that Buccaneers defense has gelled a lot better throughout the playoffs as well. I just want to say that.
Oh, most definitely.
Throughout the playoffs, they have have gotten
there's
better.
no doubt.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt.
All 4 of us can
people will focus,
especially that when you've seen when you see how well that defense has played against the Green Bay Packers in that NFC Championship.
Yeah. Was it Levante David absolutely demolished Aaron Jones
the defense,
in that first quarter?
The defense grew up in the playoffs
when he forced the fumbles? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just Carlton Davis talking to smack was kind of a little bit overblown.
Yeah. And
I
Jordan
have some
White. That was Jordan Whitehead, too.
Side. Oh, it was Jordan Whitehead who knocked out Aaron Jones? I remember somebody just demolished Aaron Jones on that first drive, and I was like, okay, yeah, Bucs are going to probably win this game. Once I saw that tone setter hit, that was, yeah. All right, we went on to the NCAA. Jay?
It's crazy, too, because Brady had a bad game. The defense stood on their head at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's what a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Are not.
Our Bruce Arians teams are known for their defense too.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, but Todd Bowles,
I think it was
man.
Todd Bowles more than Bruce Arians. Yeah.
Yes.
Todd Bowles.
Yeah, because yeah. Aaron
was under stress that entire game.
And pretty much anywhere Todd Bowles has followed. So Bowles is yeah.
So
the Bucs pass rush woke up towards the end of the season in the playoffs, up and let them draft Joe Tryon.
Yeah, Tryon's a freak, but I want to see how they're going to work that rotation because you already have two good guys on the edge. So I want to see how they work the rotation with that.
I want to see how Villaveda plays when he comes back too. I want to see how that works out.
He already came back. He came back in the playoffs.
Yeah, he came back against the Saints.
Yeah, he came back for the NFC Championship game. Yeah, Packers. They came back. Yeah, the championship game and out of rehab and get back. Word is he came in a little heavy in camp, but he's back. He's back and ready to roll now.
Nice. But since we're on the topic,
I think we can all agree that
it's not considered very well.
Since we're on the topic of college football now,
all right, you've said it.
Oh no, I just wanted to ask Stank. What was his take of? Because I know he saw Bryce Young in Alabama play. So what was your take of? I know Alabama's they roll everybody and anybody they play for the most part. But what was your takeaway from just Bryce Young in his first start?
Man, is he ever calm? That guy is like the most calm quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Almost too calm. His composure back there is it's just it's reload for them, man. They just have so many guys in the pipeline that they're always going to be difficult to beat. They're good fundamentally. They're deep at every position. Injuries aren't going to matter. I think that kid Allen got knocked out. Won't matter. They're going to bring somebody else in to fill that void. And I'm looking forward to 2 weeks when they play Florida. I think it's going to be a good game. We'll really kind of get to see where both of those teams stand. Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's I had faith in Florida to win the SEC East this year. But after what I saw Georgia display on defense against Clemson, I was like, nah. I think because Georgia's got both. They've got both Kirby Smart and Will Muschamp acting in that defensive room, calling up these blitzes and scheming this defense. So I'm like, Florida might be in trouble.
If I may interject, we also have seen that Georgia D-line.
Go ahead. D-line,
Georgia looked impressive. They looked impressive. But I don't know where I don't know where Clemson. I don't know how good Clemson is. When you lose Trevor Lawrence, you lose as many weapons as they lost. It's gonna let's see how consistently Georgia plays SEC talent before I go and crown them. And really the Gators have a lot to prove, but Georgia to me still has a lot to prove because I don't think Clemson is as good as people thought they were going to be.
That's true too.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. I mean, and then to be honest, a lot of people are out there saying, Florida State might be a team that might come up. Because if they had played Mackenzie Milton sooner, they probably would have beaten Notre Dame. But a lot of people, they got Florida State probably being maybe a one-loss team, given the ACC is the ACC by the time they run into Clemson.
Yeah, if a loss was ever a win, it was that for Florida State in that game. Listen, I'm a Gator. I don't root for Florida State, but I was rooting for Florida State in that game. What was such a great story was just why you love college football. You could have been a Canes fan and probably had chills just kind of watching the end of that game. And unfortunately, the kicker let Florida State down. And, I'm not going to cry that Florida State lost, but it was a hell of an effort. But they're only going to gain confidence from that game, honestly, because I don't think that they've had a game that mattered and performed at that kind of level in a long time. So, I think that could push them, back into that confident type of place that they haven't been in for quite a while.
I agree, and I was sitting there looking at it with my.
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead, ask.
Do you think, like I've said this a few episodes before, I don't remember which podcast, but do you think Florida State will be back in the top 25 this season?
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance.
As long as they play
there's a good chance they climb into the. Yeah, if they can keep that quarterback healthy, the other quarterback is. It only took me one or two drives to see that other quarterback just isn't it yet. He's a young guy. So, but it's just surprising to me, man, how much quarterback talent there is in college football. But big schools seem to have problems. Like the Florida schools seem to have problems finding that guy. I don't like Miami's quarterback at all. I don't know that Florida knows what they have yet really at quarterback. And it's but there are special talent out there. I was watching who the fuck was it on Sunday night?
Ole
Miss's quarterback.
Yeah, Ole Miss. That's
that was Monday.
Not Shea Patterson. Oh my gosh, I forget. He plays baseball for Ole Miss too. Oh my goodness. Let me find
that guy is phenomenal. That guy's phenomenal.
Ole Miss is great.
Matt Corral. When you look it up, it says Matt Corral's the guy. I don't know.
Yeah, Matt Corral.
Yeah, Corral. Yeah, Corral. That guy is special.
Yeah, Corral.
Honestly, like you're gonna, if that kid can stay healthy, you're gonna hear that name called really early in the draft. But how a guy like that, how the major colleges allow a kid like that to slip, it's beyond me. And Miami hasn't had a quarterback in ages. Florida State hasn't had a quarterback since Jameis. Florida's been a musical chairs, and Trask was a good quarterback for them, but it's not even a guy that they counted on. He kind of just worked his way into that starting role. But you've got other schools. He didn't get
his opportunity until Felipe got hurt. Stank. Cal Trask didn't make his debut.
Exactly.
I think until Felipe Franks got injured. So he wasn't even the guy until
that's what I'm saying.
Felipe actually thing. So
go ahead.
He was just like a kind of lucky one.
Go ahead, Flash. You had a question.
Yeah. So you hear like how people Georgia's D line is like an NFL quality D line. Do you agree with that?
It's after one game, you're going to get a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to jump the gun on a lot of things after one game. Let's see them play consistently. Let's see them play some SEC talent. Obviously, they're talented, but can they stay healthy? Do they have that rotation and depth? All those things matter, especially with line play, man.
I must say they do look pretty impressive for a team with a bunch of injuries.
They're impressive.
But you are right, Stank. I agree with you.
Yeah, they're impressive.
I do need to see them play some SEC teams. I think they'll beat a lot of SEC teams, but the Florida game, I think we're going to have to mark on the calendar to see how that turns out.
Mm-hmm. Now, see, the other thing people don't
and
Go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was going to say, you don't know where either of those teams will be by that point. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a while in college football. Every year is a new team. You got new pieces everywhere. So who knows how the season's going to play out by the time Florida Georgia rolls around. I hope they're both undefeated when they play, because that game is always a classic. That game is always fun, and that would obviously mean that Florida beats Alabama, which would make me very, very fucking happy.
Now, I will say the one thing.
The
one thing that did happen though for Georgia after that game, and I think it's because they had Migos in the locker room with them. They had Georgia had a couple players that then tested positive for COVID. I don't know who exactly, but they've been out. They out now with COVID, and I know South Carolina is usually the early season tilt for them around week 2 or week 3. For Georgia's sake, you hope it's not this weekend, but rather week 3 or week 4.
Even South Carolina looked dangerous when I saw the highlights for South Carolina. Even they look dangerous with that quarterback they have. That graduate assistant, he looked good.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, the SEC eats itself, man, and you just never know. These teams know each other. The intimidation factor is just not there, like it is with when you play out of conference. So give it a few weeks. I think the cream will rise to the top. Clearly, Georgia has talent. Offensively, they didn't impress, but Clemson has a good defense too. So you got to wait and see how this shit shakes out. I think Florida's got a good defense too.
Does Florida still have Zachary?
If y'all wanna,
we saw that. Zachary Carter was a big name in that one game.
But is he still there?
Mm-hmm. Zach Carter was a big. Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he went to the
that
NFL.
Last game against FAU, and he was a big name.
See,
yeah.
And Malik Davis played too.
Hey, so
nobody cares about him. He's trash at this point.
Oh my God! You didn't even want to TC, and you're talking more shit about Malik.
Jeez, golly.
Let's talk about it. Actually, go to.
Yeah, you're talking shit about Malik. Please. If anyone here should be talking shit about Malik, it should be me, because I had to deal 4 years of bullshit about that.
Oh my gosh, we're not going to go into referees. We're not going to go into high school pain and the whole TC judgment.
Hey, go Chamberlain. Go Chamberlain.
Judgment, they're nationally ranked now.
There you go, Stank.
Hillsborough.
Judgment's nationally ranked.
Hey, and TC's my other team.
Hey, TC's where my heart at, but I cannot handle these.
Yeah, my daughter goes to TC, so that's my other team.
But I will say one thing that
I think, Peeps went to TC as well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, go TC.
I'm just Hillsborough. I'm the outcast in this whole
and
thing.
Went to
yes,
TC.
whatever.
Oh wow! Now we finally.
If there's a team that can knock off Jesuit this season,
we finally switched over.
Yeah, we finally switched over to the 4th. So hot topics. I know, Stank. Are you're in fantasy football, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I'm in 4 leagues this year.
So I got to know week 1, start and sit. Who are you starting at quarterback and running back and wide receiver?
Well, let me go to my main money league and matchups you're trying to decipher, like between who you should start, who you should sit, or you just want to know who my main starters are in my main league.
Hit me with both.
Yeah, I tried to a particular draft, and I'm in a draft full of savages. They know their shit. So I was able to. I got Aaron Rodgers in the 3rd. I think Aaron has a big week 1 because I don't think New Orleans secondary is ready for that yet. I mean, like I said earlier, they threw Font and traded for a Texans corner. So I honestly don't think they're ready for Aaron Rodgers in that Green Bay offense. So Aaron Rodgers is a start for me this week. Puts up numbers. I gambled on Saquon Barkley. It sounds like that game might pay off because it sounds like he's going to start week 1, which is, we'll see what kind of Saquon Barkley we get. That guy is everywhere. He's a freak. If he can avoid running out of his ligaments
Stank,
and
just
stay
as
healthy,
long as
he could put up CMC.
Go ahead, Ace. What you have to say?
Well, with Saquon is I agree with he could put up CMC numbers if he stays healthy, but just gotta remember that first game last season, he had less rushing yards. And is Bradley Chubb gonna play? 'Cause I know he just got arrested for some kind of no-show warrant or some crap like that. So Denver's defense is kind of questionable right now in terms of the front four. So I think Saquon is a good play, just as long as he doesn't have that Pittsburgh game again. Sorry, can you go ahead now?
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get out of the Giants. I think the Giants were better than I think the Giants were a little bit better than people thought last year, especially after losing their number one weapon. That division was a complete fucking mess. But I don't know. Like I said, I gambled on him in the first round. He was my first round pick. I had that middle pick, that sixth pick, and I didn't trust some of the second tier backs, Austin Eckler's and things like that. Even though Eckler put up some numbers last year, I don't know. I just don't trust it. I don't trust those guys. So I ended up drafting Saquon and Chris Carson was my second back. I think Seattle leans on that run game. Quite a bit, and he puts up some good fantasy points.
Seattle is a very run-heavy team.
I would say
Seattle does have like
people sleeping on Chris Carson this year,
but Chris Carson's been doing a good job. Chris Carson's good, but he
is.
Hey, he's getting massive disrespect this year.
He came through for me last year.
I'm not saying he's a bad running back,
but I will also say too, I am going to start Tom Brady tomorrow against that Dallas secondary. I got belief that him and AB. I feel like AB might actually be the leader in the clubhouse as far as like yards. I think Mike Evans will still get 1,000 yards this season, Stank. But I like AB to be like that dude.
AB.
Yeah, I mean that we had that debate on our podcast. Yeah. Jake Arians and Jake kind of laughed it off at first, but AB and Brady, they have a connection, man. Tom loves throwing the ball to AB. Yes, Mike Evans will probably still get his 1,000 yards. You got an additional game this year too to help you get those numbers. Mike's a mismatch pretty much against anybody. Him and Lattimore have had some battles, but I'm okay if they throw away from Mike in the New Orleans matchups because we have so many fucking weapons that it doesn't necessarily matter. Our fourth wide receiver, Tyler Johnson, could start on most rosters. It's crazy how much talent they have. If the Bucs wake up and find a run game, watch the fuck out. Really, seriously, watch out because they haven't been able to consistently run the ball since maybe Doug Martin was here. The run game always looks disjointed, but I have a feeling they're going to run out, pass to open up the run. But in regards to fantasy, God, you almost want to stay away from the Bucs players because it's just like with New England. Like who's going to be the guy that week? Is Gronk going to be the guy that week? Is Mike going to be the guy that week? Is Antonio going to be the guy that week? You just don't know. So it's risky to start or rely on Bucs players outside of Brady for fantasy points.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
While we're on the topic about Buccaneers for fantasy points, between Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown, who would you start?
Like I said, man, it really depends. You just can't predict how the games are going to go. I think both of them are mismatches. But both of them are, Godwin's probably the best slot in the game, or at least one of the best slots in the game. The guy can do it all. He's a number one receiver. He will be probably for another team next year, unfortunately. Unless Jason Light pulls another rabbit out of the hat and figures out how to keep all these guys again. But Godwin could easily put up big fantasy numbers, but it just depends, man. I mean, Brady likes throwing to the slot. And so, Godwin's going to get balls just because of that. But there's just so many weapons. You could have a game where it's Cam Bray and Giovanni Bernard putting up numbers. You just don't know.
Yeah, you really don't. Because honestly, there was someone in our fantasy league that actually went out and got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Ryan Suckup, and OJ Howard, and got all of these guys. And now she's going to start all of these people. So I'm like, hey, now that I'm thinking about what you said about starting certain Bucs players in fantasy, I'm like, hey, I don't know now. That might be an advantage. Well, for us, that might be an advantage.
It could, but OJ could go. OJ could go several weeks without catching a fucking ball. You just don't know. I mean, you got Gronk and Brady, and OJ to me still has a lot to prove. Before OJ got hurt last year, he was one of Brady's favorite targets. But it was before AB was here. That was really before Brady even knew what the offense was at all. So it's it's going to be interesting.
Right. Now I will say one person that I
personally think Antonio Brown
I personally don't like drafting Bucs because of that.
But I will say there's one player that I'm excited for in fantasy, and that's Jalen Waddle. Keep an eye on Jalen Waddle because I feel like he might be able to do some damage.
I ain't gonna
Don't
lie.
worry, I have a bunch of shit in Jalen Waddle.
Waddle's a beast.
My team, I like Waddle.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, now we're just all chopped up.
We are really all chopped up. I know.
I'm actually liking my team for.
Okay, last question. I have a question for everybody.
Go ahead. You got 35 seconds.
All right, this one's not as much fantasy, but it has to relate to Waddle. How much stock do you guys put into Jamar Chase's struggles during the preseason with the drops? You think he's going to fix that throughout the season?
I don't know.
I personally think he's going to fix it. He has enough talent to figure that problem because he caught balls perfectly in LSU. So I don't know how this just came up out of nowhere with his, because this has been in training camp too. So you got to wonder what is he going to pull like a Markel Fultz and completely forget how to catch a football?
I don't know.
That kind of is like a head scratcher with Jamar Chase right now. That's why I just wanted to ask.
Well, we still got time here in the fourth quarter, so I mean, we can go. I don't know. Like I said, I told you already what my thought was on Jamar Chase. I think that hey, even Jerry Rice had a bad rookie year, and then now look at him. And I mean, look, and if there's anybody here that remembers that, I'm sure it's our friend Stank here.
Listen, I think a lot's been made about Jamar and his struggles in the preseason. It's preseason, man. I don't know what people expect. You got Burrow in there for one series, but the kid's got talent. It could take him some time. He may not have the Justin Jefferson type year, but that's okay. They got other weapons in Cincinnati. That's one of those sleeper teams that could end up putting up big fantasy numbers. But everybody's not the same, man.
I think
guys mature and
I'm gonna say that.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, if Burrow can stay healthy, I was gonna say if Burrow can stay healthy. They already have chemistry from their college days, but the speed of the game is different, and for some guys, it just takes a little longer to get acclimated. Receivers is a tough position to play in the NFL, and I think the guy hasn't played football. He didn't play football last year, right? He was he opted out for COVID, correct?
Yeah, he opted out.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a lot of rust at a position that you can't just. Not everybody can just I can't remember the cliche, but you can't just flip the switch sometimes. Unless you were out there, like I think a guy like Joe Tryon, I surprised people. He took that year off. He came back better. That's not always the case for guys when they're coming off injuries or coming off, being out of football for a while. So it's going to take the guy some time.
I was going to say, even what's his name? Oh my gosh, Micah Parsons, who we're going to see tomorrow night in the opener for the Cowboys. He took a year off, and he had a pretty decent.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast. I think you're gonna see tomorrow's game and be like, this guy's gonna be a star in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
I don't like I'm not a Cowboys fan, but just the highlights, just some of the glimpses I've seen of that kid, he's the real deal. I love defense play. I love linebacker play. That guy's got a nose for it, and could be special in this league. And tomorrow could be his coming out party.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree with that. I mean, and then you got to think about the fact too, he's got help there in that front seven as well with Leighton Vander Esch and then also Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith.
He's not going to be alone. He'll be out there making an impact.
It's a little bit, yeah. You guys have been around football. It's a little bit easier to step in and play as a rookie on defense. It's tougher on offense. There's just more responsibility. It's a completely different language every offense you go into. Defensively, it's not necessarily like that, man. Defenses are defenses. It could be a 3-4 or 4-3 or variants of either defense, but it's still defense. It's still read, react, hit. So the defense always has an advantage. The defensive players always have an advantage over offensive players. That's why it's astonishing when young quarterbacks come and play well, just because the learning curve is so stupid. So you see young guys come in and flash early at the quarterback.
I thought Herbert
it's awesome.
Sure.
You said you thought Herbert did that?
Yeah, like Herbert last year. He came in. Yeah, Herbert came in like 15 seconds before the kickoff and found that he was starting quarterback. He didn't have OTAs, he didn't have and he came out and put the defending champs into overtime. Like Justin Herbert, like Keenan Allen, I think said today, he said
Justin
he doesn't
Herbert
see a ceiling on Justin Herbert.
About enough. I must say that.
He's really not. I actually was considering drafting him.
I think he's a sleeper hero fantasy.
Yeah.
He
impressed the shit out of me. I don't watch.
There's so much noise.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of Chargers football, but
that's why you don't hear much.
Go ahead, Stank. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Justin Herbert is a real deal.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was just gonna say, yeah, Justin Herbert impressed the shit out of me in the matchup. I only watched the Bucs matchup last year, and then obviously saw the Red Zone and SportsCenter highlights and shit like that. But the kid's got game, bro. Like he really does. To me, he's a fantasy. He's a top 10 fantasy quarterback already.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was considering drafting him myself.
Hey, while we're talking about the Chargers, I found a gold picture, peeps. Look who we got in this picture right there, the big guy.
I was gonna say, this thing is delayed.
Got good old Trey McKitty.
I was like, this thing's delayed, right? So I can't see it.
Yeah, he was like a third round pick who made the team.
I can't see it.
Oh yeah, that photo we took in track. Yeah.
Yeah. At least we get to say we got to know Trey McKitty pretty well.
That's true, because they got rid of Hunter Henry.
That's cool.
Right?
Well, they got rid of Hunter Henry. I think he went to New. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he signed with New England.
My question is,
he did. Him and Johnny Smith.
Think about DK Metcalf. Like, do you think DK Metcalf is going to have an even more insane season this year, or not so much?
No.
I think Jalen Ramsey's got.
I think Seattle's going back to their roots.
Jalen Ramsey got mind control.
No, I'm just saying. I think Seattle's going to go back to their one-game roots.
What say you, Stank?
DK's a beast. He's a matchup nightmare. If you're a corner, you don't want to see a guy like that who can run like that. If he stays healthy, he's going to put up numbers, man. That offense is yeah. If Seattle wakes up with the defense, watch the fuck out. Russ has done it on his own before, but they've got weapons there. You just never know what you're going to get out of that team, and that division is so fucking good. Now you got Matt Stafford in LA. Stafford could be the number one fantasy quarterback or the number 20 fantasy quarterback. But in my opinion, in that offense, with that head coach, I see Stafford putting up biggest numbers he's ever put up. That unfortunately that division is going to eat itself too. Kyler Murray, is probably going to get better. They drafted one of my favorite receivers in the draft, Rondell Moore.
Yes,
who's going to be a guy? I don't know if he'll be I don't know if he'll be a fantasy guy, but watch out. That kid's special. So they've already got fucking major weapons there. They got J.J. Watt, who loves to take pictures of himself working out, but he's still a beast.
Let me look this up real quickly.
Well, he looks set up though, but I'm definitely.
Yeah. What I was saying about Metcalf, I don't think he's gonna get. He's already good. I mean, I don't see how much better he's gonna get, like numbers wise, because he put up monster numbers last year already. He essentially made the reigning defensive player of the year with an average quarterback or corner. Well, Atwell's busy battling Deshaun Jackson and Van Jefferson for that number 3 receiver slot.
No, dude, have you seen
Dwayne
Tutu
Eskridge
Atwell in high school when he played for Miami Northwestern? He was like Tutu Atwell in Miami Northwestern days when he played quarterback. That man was getting mentored by Teddy Bridgewater. He was good with his feet and everything. He is going to be legit as a wide receiver. I wish Seattle drafted him, but he ended up to the Rams. But I will keep an eye out for Tutu Atwell. That man is quick, and he's going to give nightmares to every DB out there. As Christian's a great route runner too.
The Rams are.
I cannot wait to see. I think Seattle took.
Yeah, the Rams.
I am.
Go ahead, Stank. Say what you're going to say.
I was going to say the Rams are a problem, just because of the defense. And we haven't even talked about San Francisco, who to me might have the best play caller in the entire National Football League. The run game is good, and if they, the quarterback position is the biggest question mark there. Their defense is good. They were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, so who knows what you're going to get out of San Francisco. That division is just going to be fun to watch. Period.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like I said, I think Jalen Ramsey got mind control over DK. I think he does.
Jalen is a freak. Jalen can kind of.
Go ahead, Stank.
That's the right kind of matchup for Jalen Ramsey. A big physical receiver in Jalen. I think that's a good matchup for him. I think Jalen would struggle more with like a guy like, I'm not saying anything crazy here, but a guy like Tyreek, a smaller, quicker receiver. He's going to struggle with guys like that. Bigger guys, I think he matches up better with.
I will say honestly, having played defensive back and played corner, you enjoy when you can go against a taller guy versus a shorter speed guy, because like the shorter speed guys give you trouble, but the tall guys, they're not as fast, they're not as shifty, so it is easier to challenge them 1v1 up the field. So I get what you're saying. I definitely do.
I guess I think it depends on the corner skill set, to be honest with you.
You're going to get burned.
Say that again, Stank. I'm sorry.
I think DK is going to take a leap this year. If you to be.
Yeah, no, I think it just depends on the corner skill set. You got nickel guys who are better suited at playing. A lot of times they're built like a slot receiver. They're better suited at playing in short area. More quick twitch. Then you got bigger guys on the outside to handle the more the possession style guys. Jalen, I think, can probably do both. But it really depends on the corner skill set, man. Honestly, unless you're a freak at corner unless you got that Deion type ability. You got that ability to kind of just hang with anybody. It's a matchup thing, and DK is a matchup nightmare because I think he can do both. He doesn't probably have that short area quickness, but in the red zone, I don't care who you are.
DK
it's a matchup. It's a mismatch.
I must say,
straight line speed. Straight line speed.
At the USA time trials, he had me shook running 10-3, and I'm sure if he had trained longer, he could be running sub 10s.
I mean, honestly, if he was just smaller, he would have ran.
Yeah, I just
might be.
Yeah, he's got that. He's a horse, bro. He's got that kind of straight line speed. I don't think he's the best route runner, but he doesn't have to be.
Oh yeah, not at all. He doesn't have to be at all, but he definitely is. He's that dude.
The only receiver that I've really seen that actually has completely wrecked Jalen Ramsey, I would say, is probably Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams had completely wrecked him in the playoffs that year. Because Devontae Adams 800.
Okay,
Devontae Adams wrecks a lot of corners.
Things.
That guy.
All right, so you remember now, AJ Green and Jalen Ramsey are in the same division now, right? Anybody remember that fight? The Cincinnati.
Did you say AJ Green?
In their respective teams, they're now both in the same division.
Yeah, AJ Green is on the Cardinals.
Yeah, remember 2 years ago they see.
I forgot about that.
AJ Green is 175 years old.
Golly, you're right. That's the crazy thing. It's crazy, but he's right.
That's just how long it's been, man.
His rookie was back in 2011.
Dude, no, because I was in middle school when AJ Green was coming out of Georgia. That's how long he's been playing.
Yep.
And that's
he came out in what 2012?
Yeah, he's been in the NFL.
He came out 2012 or 2011, I think.
Dude, it was 2008.
I think he came out the same year as Dolan.
He came out the same year as Tebow, I thought.
Nah, he didn't.
It's been a minute.
Let's see. AJ Green was drafted in 2011. Still 10 years
old. He is.
Yeah, 10 years in
2011. So it was a year before Dolan.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Why when I type in AJ Green, I get a guy from the Cleveland Browns. What the hell? That's just disrespectful to AJ Green.
Yeah, AJ Green is.
You got his head taken off by the Steelers.
NFL age is a bit different than NBA age. I think it'll be a great second option receiver for the Cardinals.
I think Rondale Moore's going to get the
right now oldest
active
receivers. I guess. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Is that race between Tyreek and Usain Bolt is happening still?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. Stank, I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently Tyreek Hill and Usain Bolt are supposed to race.
I did.
Oh, you did? And so, he bet.
No, I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm just like, really? You gonna bet your one Super Bowl ring, and he gonna bet one of his 1 million Olympic gold medals. If you lose, you basically just lost your ring.
Listen, this isn't. Yeah, this isn't fake boxing. Y'all's generation loves to watch now with YouTube stars fighting MMA guys and everybody throwing fake punches and it's just a money grab and people are actually spending their hard-earned money to see some. You might as well watch WWE honestly because that's how real that shit is. But on the track, nobody's getting hurt except for Tyreek's feelings because Usain's going to absolutely destroy him if they ever race.
I agree.
There's a reason. There's fastest man on the planet. There's fastest man in the NFL.
He's not
his little, he.
Go ahead, Stank. Go ahead.
Listen, Tyreek is fast. Tyreek, in a 3-cone, he's killing Usain Bolt. In 100 meters, it ain't happening. It's just not. It's just not. And I don't even know if Tyreek's the fastest guy in the NFL, honestly.
You know what? That's true. Because
without that, I personally think I think Tyreek is. I cannot think of another guy that could possibly be faster than Tyreek as of now. Maybe Anthony Schwartz, maybe on the Cleveland Browns, and he just got drafted.
A better race, in my opinion, that I would love to see would be.
Is the fastest guy.
I would love to see Scotty Miller race against Tyreek Hill.
I mean, I'd love to see it as well. And Scotty's come out and said Scotty Miller's come out and said he beat Tyreek. So, but Tyreek Scotty's not a big enough name for Tyreek to clap back, unfortunately. But I'd love to see it because Scotty's got track skills. He ran track.
Exactly.
It's different though. It's a different sport. Just because you're fast in the NFL doesn't mean you're going to be fast on the track.
I've been a believer in that.
You guys realize Tyreek Hill ran at 19,200 in high school. You know that, right? He ran at 19 second 200 in high school. That's Olympic speed as a high schooler.
But you got to think about what Usain runs. Wait, you said that?
I'm not saying we should be comparing Tyreek to Usain, but I mean, like Tyreek versus Scotty Miller is a different ball game.
Hold on, and then also too. Wait, did you say that was?
Over Scotty Miller.
Did you say that was also high school track that he ran that in?
Yeah, he ran.
I don't trust the high school stopwatch.
Yeah, I know. Because I was going to say, because look, Scotty ran college.
No. This is electronically timed. All right, this is against the best in the nation. Electronically timed.
Okay, random question. When is
that's in the
transfer over to the
19 and the 200?
Seeing that it's never going to happen.
Hold on. Wait.
You can look it up on Florida Runners or Georgia Runners or whatever the site is.
Hold up, Ace. What did you just say?
I said, anybody knows when this thing is going to switch over, or that we're going to just be stuck in the hot topic section forever?
Dude, I have no idea. I'm waiting for this thing to finish.
Usain ran a 19.9. You're saying that Tyreek ran a 19 in high school? I don't believe it.
Yeah, he ran a 19. Look it up. The video's there. Evidence is there. He literally dusted current Olympians for Team USA in that race. I'm not capping.
Even
he said he ran a 2014
in high school.
Hold up, Flash. Stank, read the numbers off.
It says Tyreek ran a 20.14, which is still phenomenal. But it's not it's not a 19.9 that Usain ran in the Olympics. So hey, who knows? That's something I would pay to see. I like to do it for rings and fucking medals. I'd be on board because at least it's real.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, boy. But yeah, we are still waiting for this thing to transition over.
We're
still waiting for this thing to transition over. So this has been an interesting night with a lot of this. But overall,
I gotta run soon, boys.
I got you. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Stank, I do want to thank you for joining us this evening. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Definitely.
And
I'm glad you guys got you're on video. This is definitely the format. You get the kinks worked out, man. It's always fun, bro. I'd love to come back anytime.
Yeah, we're gonna work through these bugs and stuff. Honestly, I might take this thing back to Best Buy and ask him what's up with it tomorrow.
I had a blast talking with Stank on football.
Oh, always
They
do.
keep
Always
talking
do.
over me.
Oh, thanks, man.
Always do. I
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Like
And
today, I kept quiet because Ace was complaining that I was talking over him the other time. So I kept behind this time, but you cannot.
But you were still talking over
every
Stank
single time I
like
try to talk.
the entire second half.
Stank, you got to cut them some slack. They brothers, so they gonna argue like that.
it's okay. It's okay.
You gotta look in the
It's
mirror.
okay. No, I know. Hey, that's brotherly love. That's brotherly love, man. You know, and there's a little bit of a delay, so that's the problem.
But most definitely.
If you want to see more brotherly
But all right,
love
boys, it's
action,
been fun, man. It's been fun, y'all.
On our podcast.
Yep.
Every Tuesday.
Have fun at the game tomorrow. Honestly, I got to go to a tailgate with you, Stank. I got to get to one.
I will. Come on, bro. You gotta come hang out with me, man. You gotta come out to a game. We are actually tailgating tomorrow. If you guys want to just come out for the tailgate, or you pick up a ticket, we're gonna be in the here I am drawing a blank. We are gonna be. I'm gonna pull up the fly right now and kind of tell you exactly what we're gonna be. We're gonna be at Al Lopez Park, and doing a tailgate with the Leatherheads, with Big Nasty and a lot of the guys you see on the Jumbotron. It's going to be a blast, man. $25 prepaid, $30 at the event. It's all you can eat, all you can drink. And you get raffle tickets, prizes. There's going to be a bunch of people out there having a good time. So if anybody wants to join us, man, everybody's welcome. Kids are welcome. Families are welcome. The tailgate starts at about 4 o'clock. And don't forget to check out Loose Cannon's podcast on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Stank Bastard.
Most definitely. I was about to ask you too. Like, let them know where they can find you and everything. But yeah, y'all go check out Loose Cannons and everything. Like, it's legit. It's legit. Y'all would like it and everything. But Stank, we thank you. Like I said, have fun at the game tomorrow.
One thing real quickly.
And we're gonna have to bring you back. Hurry up, Flash, because he got to go. He said he got to go.
What's up?
Hey, yeah, well, I mean, there was this. Anyways, Stank, you also are welcome on our podcast on the Penalty Talk Network, the Last Get podcast, where you'll always get to see me and Ace always chewing at each other back and forth. If you want to be a part of that, you're always welcome to come on. Just hit me up.
No doubt, man.
Let Jordan know.
I'll definitely check it. I'll definitely check it out.
Talking football with you.
Most definitely. Or honestly, too, if you want us,
y'all.
if you want us to come over to you,
Definitely,
we'll do that
man.
too. But all right, man. Yeah, take care. Take care.
For sure. I haven't been recording my own in a while. I just kind of we do so many Loose Cannon shows, but eventually when I get my back up and running, I'll have you on for sure.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But all right, man. Take care. You have a nice night. Stay
All right, y'all. Peace out, man. Go Bucs.
Yes, sir. That was awesome. But, folks, that's going to do it for us. We're just going to go ahead and log out and close this thing out, to be honest, because I don't know what's going on with the whole setting and stuff. Flash, Ace, it's been awesome having y'all. Folks, as always, stay safe, stay blessed. We'll see you on the next episode.